What rehearsal did you just come from?
Church rehearsal.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What do you singing there or?
Drums.
Oh, drums. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I used to play keys. Well, I used to play keys at church. I play when I have to, but I'm a drummer.
Yeah.
I started off as a drummer, so.
Drummer boy, that boy Brian. Brian still work. You know my name Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you know like Scoozy, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
I was talking to him recently. He was like, yeah, he does the whole church thing. So, but he's on piano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Y'all ain't in the same church, are y'all?
Nah.
Yeah.
The church musician circuit is very small. We all know each other, so yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, I didn't see it.
Do you like you feel like if you weren't doing music in the church, you would still go like every week?
Yeah, I would actually rather go than play.
Really?
I would rather sit there to be there for the reason to go to church. But yeah, I've been playing since I was 4.
So you feel like doing music there is like a distraction from like the real purpose of church?
Not necessarily. It's more like my dad was a pastor. I used to go to different churches playing drums. It's a lot of politics, just like it is with music industry stuff. It's these people are the head, these people are the head. Okay, these people handle the money. They talk to you this way. Oh, but this is church, so you got to do it this way. So, but it was a lot of that, and I've been playing since '96 on, and I mean, I'm at a church right now that's cool. Everybody's cool. They actually care about the people. I've been to some churches that I don't know, the energy just weird, and I mean it definitely told on itself. I ended up leaving, but this one is cool.
What do you think? Like, you smoke, by the way? What do you think is like like what makes a good church?
Having a heart for people, first off. It's not like we're not supposed to be the judgmental people. Like, nobody's supposed to judge anybody. That's, but when you find people who are genuinely not judging what it is that you do, not judging how you live and all of that stuff. Because I sing R&B. I travel, and there are fans who doing whatever, but and they're still like, it is what it is. But we love your heart. We appreciate you. So other people like, yeah, you're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I feel it.
Especially when a pastor has a heart for you. That's a big thing.
See, where I'm from, bro, in Bosnia, we have like usually it's like made up of like small cities.
Mm-hmm.
So each city will have like a mosque, like 1 or 2, and they'll have like a designated like I don't even know what the English term is for like a Muslim pastor. I don't even know, but the pastor of the, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He like lives there, or he has like a house like right next door, so he'll live in that house, paid for. Like the town will pay for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll give his whole life to that. And so the town kind of would just support him. How does it usually work with like pastors around here? Like, how do they get paid?
I'm actually not sure, but the church that I'm at, there is a lead pastor who has multiple churches, and he's out of Chicago.
That sounds like a business.
So that main, All Nations. It's like a pastor who has been very like instrumental in the church world right now. His name is Matthew Stevenson, and he has multiple churches. This is the Virginia church. They have an Atlanta. They're in Chicago. I think they have a Texas one. It's everywhere.
So they have like church franchises. Is that what
Absolutely.
I'm hearing? That's hilarious.
This one is cool.
Crazy in a good way or in a weird way? Yeah.
It's some weird ones, but
I get it.
we ain't gonna talk about that.
But yeah, man, I mean, it's it's the beautiful thing is just coming together, and like you said, I feel like one of the most important things of that is not judging people.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's one of the most hardest lessons to learn. Just, you know what I'm saying, as getting older.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, if you ask me, you don't got to go anywhere to, you know what I'm saying, to praise God and stuff like that. But I get it, you know what I'm saying. It's good to be together. But
It's good to be covered.
Yeah.
by a leader. But I was about to say something. I think that a lot of people outside of the church do more judging than the people that are inside of the church, because they're like, okay, y'all are supposed to look at it this way, so the people outside are looking like, well, y'all supposed to look at it this way, so y'all need to do this, and we're just like, come as you are.
Yeah. Come as you are. I love it. I didn't even do the damn intro.
For sure.
Welcome to the All For Podcast. Welcome back. I feel like I'm still learning when to do intros. I kind of like not doing it right when the camera starts. Kind of like it flow into the intro. But yeah, welcome to the All For Podcast, man. I'm sitting here with Wilke, recording artist from Newport News, Virginia. Also a drummer. We can get into all that. Definitely check bro out. He's dope. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoy this episode. It's good, bro. How you doing, first of all?
I'm cool, man.
We just came from church rehearsals on the drums. Should we kind of just like tell them how we met? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Start there?
Yeah, sure.
So I hit bro like 3-4 months ago, maybe even more than that, to come on the show.
Yes. Yeah.
We weren't like following each other. He wasn't following me, so I probably didn't see my message. But so bro didn't message me back. I was like, damn, I want to get Wilke on the show. So I'm going to the juice bar one day. I'm walking into the juice bar. You had walked out, and I think you kind of had like already like walked out and went past me a little bit. And I was like, "What's that, bro?" I think I might have called. Did I call your name back? I might have called your name. You was like, "Oh, bro came back." He actually was leaving. He ended up coming back in the juice bar. I think he ordered something else too. We just chopped it up for a little bit. And you know what I'm saying? He was telling me a little bit about what he has going on, and I was like, "Yeah, we gotta chop it up." You were telling me at the time that you were on tour with somebody. Yeah,
it's an artist named Samo. I'm his musical director. We've been touring since like 2018.
Yeah.
But now it's just pretty much like spot dates when somebody book us, or we put on a show somewhere. Right now we're just working on new music. He's working on new music.
Yeah.
I'm also one of the producers. Union is a producer as well.
Jack Union?
Yeah, for Samo. So we just been working on new music. We got a few shows coming up. We got New York next week. We got LA the following week. And planning some other stuff too. But
what does a musical director do?
Basically I create, like if you go to a show, right? You go to a show and you're listening to how they start the joint. They cut the lights off. It's some rumbling sound. They do all this extra stuff. That's my job. I'm doing all of that. How the band comes in, making sure the band is all playing the same stuff. And then we're transitioning from song to song. And I have to teach the band that stuff too. I'm the person creating the transitions.
Okay.
So I mean it's a big job.
You like I'm trying to think of like to compare it to a different field, like I mean you pull all the strings, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You ever watch BET Awards, MTV Awards?
Yeah.
When the artists have bands and it's like this arrangement stuff going on, that's what I do. For one artist.
That's fun for you?
Yeah. I've been doing it for a minute.
You like doing that like more than your R&B stuff, or like what?
I mean, he's R&B too.
Yeah. Well, I guess you're singing stuff, your own music. Yeah.
I don't. Let me see. I look at it all the same.
Yeah.
Like,
it's creating.
This is basically So this is like producing. It's basically producing, but in a live aspect. Yeah. So after you do the music and make all the, do the track for the people and they record the song, now you have the song. So how can you make it better?
A live experience.
For the live, yeah. And that's what I got to do.
That's kind of where I'm at right now too, like trying to figure out my live show. And it's like even like just the transitions, or if I want to talk in between songs, or which ones to talk in front of, which ones to. So I've been kind of trying to who inspires you as far as just like stage presence and the live experience?
Man, I've been you know, I grew up around music. I grew up um listening to like Earth, Wind and Fire and all of these artists who have live bands. It was a live experience, but you listen to the record, it's like, oh, this is the studio version. It's calm. How can I make it bigger? How can I make this is already big? How can I make this bigger? One of my inspirations right now is a guy named Adam Blackstone.
Okay.
He's anything you're watching on TV that involves a band, he's probably the musical director for it.
Really?
And it normally says like director of music Adam Blackstone. When
What's like one recent thing he did?
shoot the BET Awards,
Okay.
the Super Bowl,
Okay. So he out here then.
the Grammys.
That's the whole game right there on lock.
Yeah,
he got the whole game on lock.
He got everything right now.
Before I forget, you just reminded me. I think Lupe Fiasco is the musical director for the United States soccer team or something
That's
like that.
wild.
Yeah, which I don't even know what music is happening there, but yeah.
So you have people who it's kind of like, to me it's kind of like scoring and making sure that there is music in these segments. That's one job of a musical director. And then there's somebody who's actually like playing stuff for a band to learn and all of that. So all of those are my hats.
Yeah, so I know you get pissed off going to these shows and people just playing their songs and they just rapping over the songs.
It's cool. It's cool. Like I've learned that, especially when it comes to rappers and singers, you already did the work in the song. So if you wanted to perform the song with your vocals in the track, it's perfectly fine. You already did the work. People want to hear it in a live aspect though.
Yeah.
So keep it in there. Just make it bigger. How can you enhance what you already did?
How can you enhance it? What you mean, like 3D sound or
Like
what's a couple ways?
For instance, like you say not recent, maybe last year, 2 years ago, I went to a Drake concert. He's doing his regular songs or whatever. But the vocals are in the track.
They're in the track?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's playing. Everybody knows the words. They doing it with him, and he doesn't necessarily have to sing the words for real or rap the words. Yeah. He can have the crowd rapping the words, but he's gonna give energy, and that's what's gonna make it bigger. Like I'm gonna get this energy. I'm gonna say these certain words, and I know that people are gonna give it because it's a hype song, but I'm chill on the record, so I gotta make it actually hype for the live performance.
I get it.
There's so many freaking aspects to to the live performance, but
even like sound, bro, and movies and shit. Like when you think about it, like put that movie on mute. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's that feeling. Like sound is really the feeling. Like I feel like sound is really what brings that frequencies. They change how you feel. They're everything. You know what I'm saying? We're a frequency right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. Yeah, I feel like a lot of times we might take for granted how important sound is.
We do. What I'm saying? We freaking do.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, if you want to just back up a little bit, maybe you could just tell us like just a little bit of childhood life and coming up and ultimately how you got into what you were doing. You said you started out as a drummer, right?
For sure, yeah. I started out as a drummer. I've been playing drums all my life.
Born out here though? Born out here?
I'm from Hampton.
Okay.
My dad started, matter of fact, 1996. I was 6. 1996. My dad bought me my first drum set. I used to my mom does hair. Yeah. So I used to get her combs and just be like playing on everything. But I was like on beat and they were like, you're going to play drums.
You might got something here.
So they got the drum kit for me. It
was like an official one though? Like
it was a real one. So that ended up being the drum kit for his church. So I played for the church. There was another guy. His name is Corey Matthews. He played keyboard for the church. It was one of my dad's best friends. He passed away.
I think it was Corey Matthews.
Right.
You know?
No, like from what was it? Boys Meets World.
That's my favorite show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that show. Yeah.
So he kind of like basically kind of like trained me to hear music in a different aspect. And what I mean is he would tell me like, okay, if I'm not doing it right, somebody else is gonna play it.
Wait, what you mean?
Like one of his friends, because he's been playing keys.
Oh, telling you if you're not.
If
doing
I'm
it.
not gonna do it right,
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm not doing it right, he'll have somebody come and they're gonna play.
Okay.
So now I have to sit there. I'm young, so I'm mad. I got to sit there and watch. But it was training. Ultimately, it was training. Like, okay, look at what he's doing and why he told you to get off the drums. So now I'm listening, which definitely helped me to go into the other places that I was playing at. Ultimately, I've been playing at church up until I was about 17. Ultimately, I was playing at church since I was like 17.
From 6 or when did you?
From 6.
So that's when you met with that guy, right? When you got the drum set.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 6. Okay.
I mean, he's known me since I was a baby.
Yeah.
But since grew up playing the drums. Dad had a church. My dad used to play all kinds of music in the crib. Not necessarily rap. He was more of a anything that had to do with a band. Chicago, Earth, Wind and Fire, P-Funk. Heavy on the P-Funk. That's why I was
I even heard them.
P-Funk.
Yeah, gotta get hip.
You'll know a P-Funk song if you heard it. You like,
Okay, maybe.
oh, Flashlight. Oh. But I grew up on that. And there was a drummer named Dennis Chambers that played for P-Funk. He basically had like this he didn't do a bunch of crazy stuff. He can, but he was more like, I'm playing the song. And my dad kind of steered me in that direction. Watch him, see what he's doing. He's playing the song. He's not going all crazy, more so play the song. It's called a pocket. But play the song. So I grew up listening to him. Ended up meeting him. He did a drum clinic in Virginia Beach when I was about 12.
That was your idol at the time.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, I'm meeting Dennis Chambers. It's crazy." But yeah, he did that drum clinic. What happened? So I've been in band since middle school. I was like, it was like a jazz band or whatever, percussion ensemble and all that stuff. I was doing that in middle school. I don't think they had it in elementary school. I don't remember. But I was doing that in middle school. High school, I got in marching band. I was at Hampton High.
Did we have a marching band, Avery?
Warwick, yeah.
Yeah, we did. I don't know. I don't remember. All right, my bad.
My sister went to Warwick.
Okay.
But I was in marching band all 4 years. I got out of marching band. Ended up playing drums. I don't know when my first R&B gig was, but somebody needed a drummer. I think it was at a talent show. Somebody needed a drummer, and I ended up playing. And that's kind of how I got into like knowing other artists who do stuff outside of church. Mainly Andre Joyner. I don't know if you know Andre Jeffrey, but they were like the Andres. Like it was had a group called UMG. Like there was a crew.
I feel like Andre Joyner sounds kind of familiar though.
You met.
Maybe,
I'm sure you met Andre Joyner before. His name is Dre Joyner on Instagram. But Andre and them Andre's a producer too. He used to rap, but he's a producer. So I used to work with them. Basically, like we all kind of crafted our sounds around each other. That's when I got into singing. I was like, my dad used to make us sing in church, but I wasn't like, I'm a singer.
Yeah.
Andre used to want people on the hooks or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I can do that. But for me, music or production and writing and all that stuff, that came from depression. And that was in 2010. After I graduated in 2009, 2010 came. I went through a year of depression. I was just in the crib. I didn't leave the house. I didn't do nothing. I was just in the crib.
Very similar, yeah.
But my cousin brought me over a keyboard and a laptop. Put program up there. I just started teaching myself how to play keys. Then I started producing. Then I wrote my first song. I let somebody hear it, and they were like, "Oh, this is actually good." But how I started producing was mimicking the production that I've heard already. Like literally, like I remember verbatim, Drake, "The Best I Ever Had." I literally just mimicked the track. Yeah. Listen to all the different sounds, see what pops out at me, and try to mimic that. That's how I started getting into the rhythm of production. Then I put my first project out in 2011. I had a crazy turnout. I wasn't expecting anybody to even believe in it. Nobody knows that I sung.
You mean like friends and family?
My family does, kinda, but not like on I do studio work. I'm trying to be an artist or anything like that, because I wasn't trying to be an artist. It was more so showing people what I've been doing in this depression state. I've been producing. I've been teaching myself to mix. I've been teaching myself how to record. So through all of that, I put that project out. I decided to have a release party. People know me from high school and all that stuff, so it was like 200 people there.
Oh wow!
Like
for your first album, though.
Yeah,
that's big. Yeah,
I wasn't expecting it at all. But I made a good amount of money. I was selling it like hard copies.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be perfect. I don't know why I wanted it to be so perfect, but I wanted it to be perfect. So I got like these sleeves or whatever, made online. I got the CD inserts. It had the whatever on it, like a picture on it. And they kept selling out. I would only order 100 at a time, but they kept selling out. And then some people.
Oh, so it was only physical. Was it like everywhere though?
Nah,
just physical.
I didn't put anything on iTunes until this year.
Oh wow.
Right. So
that's different though.
Right. I've been doing everything hard copy. So my name as a producer and writer and all that stuff was word of mouth. So first CD in 2011, kind of chilled. 2013, I put another project out. 2015, I put another project out. I got married in 2016.
Yeah.
And the project was put out for me to pay for the wedding, because I know people wanted music from me, and I paid for the wedding off of selling the.
By the way, so you haven't had a job this whole time?
Just doing
music? Bro, that's fire.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Like,
I did one job, and that was NCO. I don't know if you know what that is. NCO?
NCO, no.
That was a T-Mobile call center over there near Thomas Nelson. And that was in 2011 maybe. That was kind of during that depression time.
Bro, so hold on. I don't know if anybody else has this story. You've been living off music since you started doing this shit.
Yeah.
Bro, that's kind of like, you the first rapper to do that. Like, I'm the first rapper to live off my music since the first album. Come on.
Yeah.
But no bullshit though. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. But you also said when you started getting that first gig like at a church, like that was like your introduction to doing it outside of church. I was wondering like when you were coming up in the church doing it, like what was your thoughts about the future? Like, did you have like thoughts about wanting to be a like drummer, or like was it just like this church thing? Like, you know what I mean?
I just wanted to play.
Yeah, you weren't really thinking about it.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, like, there were so many people who were, the people that go-tos, the people that people call. And they come around me. They come to the churches that I'm at, end up playing, and, they say, I find out about more and more of what it is that they do outside of church or outside of, like, church services. They're playing at concerts. They're playing at different arenas. They playing at all these places, and these people are right here. So it's like, okay, if you right here and I'm right here, I feel like I have the same opportunity to be able to do these same things that you're doing.
Yeah.
Um, but that's pretty much my story. I got married in 2016.
Paid for by the. What was the
I'm
album?
not married anymore.
Oh wow! I didn't want to ask.
Thank you.
What was the album called that paid for that?
A Pretty Chill Saturday.
Did you get married on a Saturday?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to everybody who bought that album. That's y'all the real MVPs for that.
Right. People I ain't know. People who were word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like, of course, my friends believed even harder than I did. I just knew I can do it. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it out. I'm going to have cover art. I know that if I do a venue and I do a show, people are going to come out. And it always surprised me. It's still not, I haven't just like taken that in. But when I do stuff like as an artist, people come out.
Yeah.
And like in numbers, they come out. They come out more than the people, no shade, because it's not, more than the people who have been doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know if probably because they expect equality. I'm going to bring equality as a producer, as an engineer. I know exactly what I want. And this is the quality you're going to get.
Yeah. You put that groundwork in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was going to say too is do you get like a different feeling playing like at church even to this day like than your like other shows? Is it like a different thing to you?
Yeah. It is. It's a big difference. Like, when I'm doing shows like R&B shows, I can stand up on the drums. I'm like,
Stand up on the drums?
I mean, I'm standing up.
Oh,
like,
okay, my bad.
yeah.
Sure.
No, you good. You good. Now people do that.
Shit,
I went to Shag Fest when NERD came, and Machine Gun Kelly came, and his drummer was like standing on the drums, like he stand on the drums and jump down and hit the cymbals and come back down and play. And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. But when we playing stuff and we on these shows, we do swag surfing, we do random stuff. We're dancing. Well, I'm dancing because it was normally just me. So I get up, had a crowd interacting and all of that stuff. But of course at church, if I get up, they're probably gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy. Yeah. So big difference, big energy difference too.
Hell yeah. What's it like just like going to like other places on it? You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting to see how many people. It's interesting to see how social media connects all of us.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to a show, and it's never gonna get old. I'm going to a show, I meet new people. New people are following me. I get to the show, they're in line waiting for, because he's like a big artist. They're waiting to come in. I go outside or something like that because it's normally just 3 of us traveling: the manager, the artist, and myself. I go outside because I've been setting up and all of that stuff, sound checking and all that stuff. I go outside and they're like, Wilkes. Like, how y'all know me? I'm in Texas. Yeah. Like, stuff like that. And it'll never get old. But it's a different energy. You realize that people who don't know you support you way more. That
people that know you.
Mm-hmm. People that I think it's a comfort level. People around you who are comfortable, they're like, oh yeah, we know you good. We know you good. But your support and your sharing and your, building us up, by knowing, you know us, so building us up and sharing it with other people that I don't know, that you might not know, whatever. It helps. And these people do it with no issue.
You feel like your friends don't see that sometimes? Or like, you talking about like the comfort level so they won't share your shit?
They don't do it as much as the people who don't know me.
Yeah. Because
these people are more so fans of the music. These people that I know me. They already know that it's good.
Yeah.
So, like, these people who are fans, they're going to share. Like, you go on somebody's page, you're going to see the comment section. Somebody famous, you're going to see that comment section going crazy. Yeah. Their friends ain't in the comment section.
I get it.
They friends know them.
Yeah,
So they're like,
that's also really like in any business too. I learned like you can't really depend or you can't really expect your friends to like make your business successful.
For sure.
Because even if all your friends do support it, I mean, how many friends do you really have? Like how successful is your business really going to be with just your friends as customers? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, but yeah, in the beginning, that's just part of what pushes you. You know what I'm saying? To keep going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure.
So you've been dropping the music, physical copies. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Living, moving, marrying, divorcing. What about the pandemic, man? Did that I feel like we still talking about the pandemic. I really haven't asked anybody about it in a while.
Still here.
But I guess it's still here.
Yeah.
Did that affect your thing at all?
It affected me. Most of my money comes from gigs. Then I also get paid at church, but the churches were closed, and then the gigs were closed.
Didn't they open up churches at one point though?
Yeah, but it was like limited to like a certain amount of people or drive through church.
Hold up. There was a point where churches were closed, but the ABC store was open, right? Or am I tripping?
I'm sure of it.
Is that a fact?
If they close the ABC stores, like, do you know what would happen? To, like, no,
Be like the prohibition.
Most people right now are functioning alcoholics. Do you know what would
Yeah.
happen to these people if they just couldn't buy alcohol? Like, niggas would, well, on like a very drastic rate, some people would kill themselves. But like on even not as that drastic, people would be like really fucked up. Do you know like being detoxing from something that you're addicted to is really hard on the body. So when they say that was like a essential business, it really is.
It is.
Like I mean, church, very important. But ain't nobody jumping off the roof because they can't go to church. You know what I'm saying?
It might be some people though.
Watch the little online sermon. You don't get your word in, but.
That's literally what happened.
I'd be here shaking in my boots if I couldn't get a drink. I ain't gonna
Bro,
shaking
on church too. Like you seen that? Fuck, I forgot his name. It's that one. It's like a white pastor, but he was like he had these whole scandals. How he was basically like just ripping people off, and he was like buying like private jets and shit like that with the money. And like he had an interview. Like you gotta watch this. It's like an interviewer asking him about it straight up. Like, what do you say about the people that like Because he was like saying something like God doesn't want me with the heathens in regular class or whatever on the plane or whatever.
And they were asking him about that before.
Yeah, he was like God want me. He's like, I don't know what the fuck he was saying, but it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta watch that.
But church basically turned into online. The church I was at wasn't online. It was more so. The only people that were allowed in the building was 10 people.
Yeah. Including like the people that work there and stuff?
It's supposed to be, but it ended up being the people who worked there, which was like 5 people and then 10 people on the actual stage. But I worked on the youth side. So there was a main sanctuary and there's a youth sanctuary. I was working on the youth side and they shut the youth side down. So I was just at home. Yeah. But luckily, during this time, I was about to drink some water. But luckily, during this time, people got time to sit and write and think, and they want production, and they wanted to record, and I wasn't scared to let people come over, as long as you ain't had no symptoms beforehand. You can come over and record. You can come over. I can do a track. We can do that virtually too. Bro,
I started the podcast in the pandemic, like in the height of the pandemic.
Makes sense.
Like real shit though. Like nobody ever wore a mask. We put a mask on the Mona Lisa. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's safe in here. Mm-hmm. But I be thinking back on that too. Like people were like really like scared at that point, and I'm just here like talking to people, just like different people every week and shit. Shout out to Guy for Definitely. Keeping it together. Yeah. But now I was gonna ask you too, bro. Like, you touched on like your depression you went through. Mm-hmm. Like, what were you depressed about? I mean, if you want to get into that, I mean, you know what I'm saying. What helped you get through it? Creating or like, you know what I'm saying.
For sure. I don't know.
Like a therapist, huh?
What is depression? I think partially depression came from me not feeling like I was good enough to pursue playing the drums. I was a part of a well-known Virginia gospel group, and it just so happened to be my sister's husband's now. It's her husband now. It was his group. But I ended up getting fired from the group. It was right after high school. It was a lot of stuff going on during high school, like concerts, chilling with my friends that I couldn't do because the group had gigs. The group had to do this, so it would kind of be like a back and forth conversation of what it is that I couldn't do and what it is that I could do, as far as being in that group. So I ended up like canceling those things that I was gonna do. Did this. That was one part of it. Getting fired from that group was a main thing. I was with somebody who was in the group. We were together for 3 years. Ended up breaking up. I ended up breaking up with her because I just felt the energy was off. But she's in the group, and I felt like it was some intentional stuff going on, as far as I don't know whose intent it was, but when we did gigs, they had it so that the band was over here. She was the first person in the group that's near the band. And it was like, y'all know we just broke up. Y'all know this won't sweet. And y'all keep her right there. So my energy was off. I felt like I wasn't, now I felt like I wasn't giving as much as I could have. And then I was getting blamed for a lot of stuff that I wasn't doing. Because I wasn't techno savvy with like running the tracks for the show and all of that stuff. I got into that later. But I was getting blamed for it. So then I got fired after getting blamed for it. I was about to go into the Air Force. Ended up not going into the Air Force for whatever reason. So I was at home. No job, just there.
Quarter life crisis.
Right. It was a weird place to be in. I was going after I got fired. So I was like, I got to do something. I'm going to the Air Force and didn't go. So now I'm sitting at home like, well, now y'all going to see me. But I ended up not going anywhere. Another crazy thing that happened was I was with this girl for 2 months.
The girl from the band, or just a different girl?
No, it's another girl.
Oh, okay.
It's a it's a lot. But I was with this girl for 2 months. This girl, well, to this day, this girl has stalked me from 2010 to the top of this year.
We talking restraining orders?
I ain't even go that far. But how she did it was so weird. It was something I never experienced. I'm like, who believes that somebody can actually stalk somebody? I think that's movie stuff. This girl is stalking me. This girl outside my crib in the car. When I come out the house, she's parked in the parking lot. She's not even saying anything. She's just there. So as soon as I come out, that's when she likes to drive off. Yeah. She developed a relationship with my sisters that she didn't have when we were dating. Yeah, ended up connecting with them, my sisters. She ended up having a baby. Something happened. She ended up moving into my mom's crib. I was living at my mom's crib. She ended up moving there. She had all the individual churches that I was going to. Like I was playing at one church. I was like, I ain't playing that no more. She know where I'm at. I'm going to this one. She followed me there. I don't know how she knew.
Maybe she was the one, bro.
Nah.
Hell nah.
Yo, she wild.
If nobody was ever not the one.
Yo, it turned into the last church that I was at. I ended up just leaving that joint. It was too much drama going on there. Ended up coming back to Hampton. I played at this church called 6 Mile Zion. So I ended up being there. I didn't think I seen her in the crowd at that church, but my sister was about to get married. This girl was gonna be in the wedding. because she's now close to my sister. She was about to be in the wedding. Something happened. She ended up not being in the wedding. My sister not cool with them no more. And they kind of like kicked her to the side. Like, we don't like her, all of this stuff. And I was trying to express to them before, like, this girl has been trying to get on y'all's side this whole time to be around me and to connect. And now y'all mad because something happened. So I lost trust with them. This is all during the depression state.
Oh, this is all in that first year.
Yeah.
Wow. My sisters, I'd never be going for that. I'm like, why are y'all still talking?
When she would have moved in the crib, I would have been like, hold up.
They thought it was a joke. I mean, they were.
Ain't no joking around here. Once I'm done, you done. We cut the fool.
So are you touching on this in any of the albums?
Not her.
Okay.
I did talk about.
If you make an album about her, I'm trying to tell you, you gonna see her for the rest of your life.
That shit got to be called like.
I'm like, he made a song about me.
Nah, we had made a song. Well, I wrote a song and I got her to sing on it, and I'm sure she still has it. But that was in 2010. But that was one of the most traumatic things to happen, because she's married now. She's married. She got a newborn. And it was like 2 weeks after the newborn, she hit me in my inbox on Instagram and said, "Please stop ignoring me."
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not. Girl, I've been married. Like,
Divorce,
had another girlfriend, and you talking about ignoring. I'm like, you married.
I get it. I ain't really never went through nothing like that.
Very weird. You don't want to.
Didn't you say you had like a stalker?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Her stalker moved across the street and shit too.
He definitely did, like right across the street.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, excuse me. Do you remember the decision to like not go to the Air Force? Was that like a?
No, they said I couldn't. Maybe it was a weight thing. Maybe it was something that I couldn't do.
Yeah.
Something that I didn't have, or.
But you would have went if that didn't happen.
You had asthma? Was it asthma?
I really don't remember. I just know that they said you're not gonna be able to go. I said okay.
God.
It was because I was going for the Air Force band, and I was gonna go and travel the world in the Air Force though.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Oh yeah, you can go and not do anything with anything else. You just playing in the band.
Yeah, I'm also curious too, like, just off of like making a living off music. How does that work just on a business side, like as far as building credit and being able to get a mortgage and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
For me, it was, I just got a lot of clientele. So I got a business license. I was putting all my receipts down. I would give them receipts, writing everything down. As long as it's notated, then, you know, it's a legit business. You got a number. It's attached. It was attached to my crib. Even as a musician. So the money was coming from production, musician, engineer.
Does that need different business licenses?
Nah, just one thing.
And what's the actual business license? Like, which one you have?
I just had a regular business license then. But
Yeah, 'cause I know there's like a bunch of different ones. Because I have a few like for just some construction stuff. I was wondering what's that one called?
Oh, mine was a basic business license.
Okay.
Because I wasn't educated on it. I was just told that you need a business license and notate this stuff so that you can be able to get stuff. And it helped me build my credit. Yeah. I was able to get stuff as a result of having a business. I mean, I had good credit. I mean, I didn't have anything on my credit, but to have that business and to be purchasing things and like there's a lot of things that I need to buy, like, because I'm a drummer. I need cymbals. I need the drum kit. I need a computer. I need batteries for the mouse. I need all of this stuff. So cymbals cost a lot of money. So I would be paying on it.
Are you replacing those every so often, or how does that work?
Right now, I ain't got no cymbals. Well, I got a few.
They get worn out or something?
They get cracked.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just off of how you hitting it, all of that stuff, and then years of playing that one cymbal. But yeah, you gotta pay on stuff. It's like any other business for real.
Yeah.
Now I need to go ahead and get that LLC. Because I've just been chilling. More so not even thinking about that. I've been playing at church, which was my steady income, and whatever else comes was slight. It
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah.
So do you have like you have a company name or is it just under your name?
I did have a company name. It was Love Hard Music,
Okay.
but yeah, I ain't even been thinking about it.
Yeah. As far as like yeah, like what do you like see? What do you see like as a next step for you? Because you're kind of doing it. You living through from your music, through your music. You're traveling. Like, what are some of your like goals you have? Like, do you want to do other things? Do you want this to lead to something else, or like what are some of your goals with this?
I believe that I'm gonna be doing music for sure. Period. But I think that I have a gift of helping people in music. It's a lot of things that I may not be knowledgeable about as far as like how the industry stuff goes. But I can definitely help develop a sound. I think my next step is a building. I'm gonna have a building. It's gonna have, you can be able to rehearse there. You can be able to have functions there. Of course, live studio sessions. In studio, people can come and sit and chill and watch the studio session. I feel that coming. I've been told that multiple people have seen that coming for me too. So I think that's my next thing. Having that building.
In Newport News.
I don't know about Newport News. I mean, it can be in Newport News, but I low-key want to just start small and build my way up. I know that in having a building, more clientele is gonna come, because not everybody want to come to your crib.
Yeah, for sure.
People will, but you don't want everybody at your crib either, because that's your everything there.
Why
so.
they went here right now?
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that building is my next step. I can see it being Hampton. I can see it being a commercial storage unit area, like how they have the commercial offices.
Oh yeah,
in storage.
Yep.
Just having it there. A lot of my work happens after hours anyway. And just starting there, because people need like musicians really need rehearsal spots.
Yeah.
And that's something that they will pay for, whether it's $50 for that rehearsal. Imagine if somebody's using that rehearsal spot every day.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like also like that would just breed a lot of great things in the city. The more buildings, I'm trying to start a building too. I'm trying to do some shit in there. We got the Contemporary Arts Network. So it's like the more things we have going on like that, that would like breed competition, which will breed growth, and they'll just get more people tapped in. Like that's why I like you starting the groundwork with the physical copies. It's like I'm kind of working in reverse now. I'm kind of getting back to that. It's like because you really just you had real moments with people. You know what I'm saying? In real life, face to face, you look them in the eyes, and they got it from you, and that's that's a moment. Shit like that, you're gonna remember. You could scroll past somebody on the internet and just see they shit like they might be cool, but you're not really gonna remember that time you seen that shit. Like if I just met you in real life, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, so it's like having real moments with people, and like I feel like that's what matters in the long run.
And I ain't even think of it that way. Like I literally drove to everybody.
Yeah.
Like whoever wanted a project, whoever wanted the CD. Where you live? Oh, you live in Suffolk? Oh, I drive to you.
What's the furthest you drove?
Richmond.
From the news.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was the furthest I drove. Meet somebody in Richmond, like, here you go. Oh my God, we take a picture.
Yeah.
I've shipped some.
Okay.
Texas, DC. I wasn't driving to DC then, but DC, I would send somebody some in DC, New York. A lot of people were like, look, I'll just send you money. I think PayPal was like the main thing then. It wasn't no Cash App, none of that stuff. It was just PayPal. I send you some money at PayPal, and just email me the CD. There was a lot of that too.
Oh yeah.
I was making bank off of that first project.
And this was all word of mouth. So you did no marketing, no promotion.
I didn't know nothing about that stuff.
Were you just like super popular in high school or something, and like that's how you knew a lot of people?
I personally don't think so. I think I mean, I was cool. I was cool with each like crew.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's the super popular people. There's the band people, me. There's the people who are super smart and you know me. I'm with them too. And then you got whomever else. I was with
I
everybody.
get it.
But those weren't the people who were like getting the music. It was more so musician people who are connected to musicians, other schools. I think I was more popular at the other schools than my school. I was connected with everybody at my school, but being connected to all of them, they were connected to the rest of the people, and I was looked at as whatever to these people. So these people were buying the music and coming to the shows and like, oh, you performing tonight? Oh, we gotta come see you.
How you know Scoozy and Brian?
What's crazy is me and Scoozy both went to Dozier Middle School, and I didn't know him then.
I went there at the same time though.
Yeah, we went there at the same time. Me and Union met in 2018, I think. When we met, we like kicked it off. The first instance we met, somebody was telling me about him. They were like, "Yo, you got to meet this dude, Jack Union. Like, y'all have similar approaches to music. Like, y'all produce very similar." I was like, "Word." But I knew this guy. I met this guy who does sound named Arian. So I was like, "Okay, what up, Arian?" Every time I see him, "What up, yo?" Then they was like, there was a session that somebody booked with Jack Union. And they wanted all of their writer friends and artist friends to come over and we have a big session and just do writing and production, all that stuff. So I pull up to Jack Union's house, walk in the door. I was like, "Oh, what up, Arian?" Then I put two and two together. "You're Jack Union." He's like, "Yeah."
Oh, Arian was
Arian's Jack. Yeah, same person. So from that moment, he was like, "Yeah, I've been wanting to work with you." I'm like, "Why you ain't never saying like I know you from gigs. You've been doing sound, and I'm playing drums, but we didn't get introduced that way." But when we had that first session, we started making stuff together. I made something, and then he started adding stuff to it. And I'm like, "That's something I would have did." So we started connecting in that moment. When I get cool with people real quick, I just get comfortable. I had drums in my car, and I was like, "Yo, can I leave my drums at your crib? I gotta go pick something up." He's like, "Yeah, just put them right there." But we don't know each other like that. So left them over there. We got cool. My boy Samo, who is the artist that I play for, he was around that time. He was just doing this thing called a living room tour. Yeah. So he was going to different living rooms in different cities and singing. He would bring his speakers. They were like charged up speakers, like plug them in the wall for a second, and then take them off the joint, and then that's how you playing the music and doing the mic
till it dies.
Yep, until it dies. So he was going to different cities and doing that. So I went to. Matter of fact, he had just dropped a project. He had dropped a project and then he had dropped the EP. And in that January, he did a living room tour in DC. So I drove up to DC. I was watching the joint and I was looking like, "Yo, you got to do better than this. Like, you can do better than this. I can get you some speakers. I can find this. I wanted to heavily invest because that was my best friend. That is my best friend. But I was like, "You can do better than this." So, but I said, "You need to put out some new music. I know you just put out that project, but you need some new music because it's just time. Like the way stuff works now, you got to be consistent and you got to consistently put out music." So, he came back with me to Virginia. I said, "I got this producer. I just met him. His name is Union. And I think we work well together and we can do some crazy stuff for your next project." Came down. We worked on this project. It's called Exit. Ended up touring off of that. And it's an independent tour. It was us doing it. So we toured off that project for a minute. Actually, we did. It was like from June to January.
Sheesh, how many days is that?
Shoot. I'm trying to think.
Like over 20?
It was less than 20. It might have been like 15.
Okay.
Yeah. LA, Sacramento, Oakland. Then we did Houston, Dallas, Charlotte, New York, Wilson, North Carolina, Atlanta. Then we did Virginia, Richmond. We did Norfolk, Richmond, DC, Maryland. Yeah. Then we ended the tour in January in LA.
Yeah, what's something you learned on that tour that sticks out to you right now?
Have space on your computer. That was my
Hard
main
drives.
thing. That junk was crashing the whole show.
Yeah.
So I'm the only person playing.
And this is when the fucking laptops was even a little worse than they are now.
Yes. I'm the only person playing. I had my laptop with me. The laptop kept overheating. I had a 2013 Mac.
Are you talking about on stage?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It kept overheating. We're in the middle of the joint, and I'm playing something, and it's just overload.
That's crazy.
I'm like, oh shoot! And it's my first tour. I didn't know nothing about anything, so they trusted me. Sorry, but they I played this joint. It kept crashing on me, and he kept looking back like, yo, what's going on? So I'm already discouraged. Like I'm feeling low, like super low.
Yeah.
I go back to the room after the shows. They're hyped. People were still satisfied. Like when it did work, it was good. But I was just like, man, I gotta go back and fix what messed up. Figure out what can get me some more space on my computer.
Yeah.
So they're having fun. They're doing the meet and greets and all that stuff. I'm in the corner like, yo, I gotta go
Trying to figure that shit out.
this
You
joint.
really, I think ultimately just need more RAM probably.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I needed a new computer.
Yeah.
I ended up getting a solid state in that joint. It helped a little bit, but it was the computer itself. The fan was going crazy. It just kept overheating.
Bro, I'm about to cut you off.
You good.
The new Mac that just dropped, or it's like they just like announced it the other day. It's not out yet, but that shit is like I think has no fans, so it's completely quiet, and it's like 64 gigabytes of RAM.
Oh shoot!
I was like, what, bro? I think I have like 8 or some shit on here. It's like
I got
never
16.
Heard, yeah, I never even heard more than 16. I was
Me
like
either.
64. Well, you can edit like 10 videos at once type shit on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I might have to get that.
Yeah. So what are you using right now?
2017.
A MacBook?
Mac?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is like a 2015, but it's upgraded.
Yeah.
So it's like everything is upgraded. The graphics card, the RAM, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
When you get to the 17, you can't update anything.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to get another computer.
My guy told me that. I know I got this from I'm plugging. Shout out to Shiny Computers. It's a store
I got
actually.
mine from.
Really? That's crazy. I shot a video in there too. They're really
That's
cool there. Yeah. But he told you that?
Mm-hmm.
He told me that because he was always pissed about that. Like, I don't even like these new ones because you can't fucking. It's pretty much like a car. Even like in the new cars, like it's so much that you can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah, man. We're about an hour in. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
didn't feel like it.
really. That's good. That's good. Hope it felt great to you guys too. But what do you want to lead the people with, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Something that I live by is be intentional. Be intentional about everything you're doing. Be intentional with, especially as a musician, as a producer, as an artist. Most artists probably listening to this podcast right now. Be intentional about everything that you're trying to go after. Like if you want to be on this stage at some point, what is it that you can research, or what is it that you can be learning in preparation to go to that place? Don't just sit there and stagnant like, I'm already good, I know I'm gonna do this. No, you gotta work for it. It's always a working process.
I feel like I just had deja vu when you said that. No bullshit. Just watching you say that. Yeah. Nah, I definitely agree.
That's where I'm at.
I agree. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, bro, for coming on the show, for sure. We appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. It's been All For a Podcast. Definitely check out, bro. All his links will be in the description. And yeah, like I say every time, check out an artist from the 757, man. We have like a lot of dope talent around here. And yeah, check us out, man.
For sure.
Thank you guys for tapping in, and we'll catch you next week. Peace. Oh yeah, bro. Thank you.